Hello my beautiful friends, and welcome to another day. Today we're going to talk about the purpose-filled life. But before we do that, please subscribe, please hit the notification bell, and let's get a few more numbers on this channel. It'll be extremely helpful, and I think, anyway, it'd make me happy. Alright? So, the purpose-filled life. The oddity of the world and of existence is, and we've all learned this through experience, is that you are simultaneously in control and not at all in control of your destiny. And I'll use a couple quick anecdotes. When I was a young whippersnapper, I was not into sports per se, but I was relatively athletic, but not extremely so. But anyway, one of the sports I liked, we all had to participate in gym growing up. And one of the ones that I really liked was badminton. And you can argue about how manly a sport that is, but anyway, I enjoyed it quite a bit. And we had a gym teacher who I didn't like him very much at all, but he was very good at badminton. So I got pretty good, learned some of the tricks of the thing, and they had an intramural badminton challenge, which I'd never done organized sports. And I thought, hey, other than in gym. So I thought, hey, that sounds good. I'll get in there and tear it up, right? So I'm very skinny at the time. I'm skinny still, but I was tall and thin, and I was pretty fast. I was like, man, this is I should be able to do this pretty well. And I show up on the first day for the thing, and there's the elimination chart, and you have all your opponents. And I show up, and then across, the guy that I'm supposed to play walks up across from me, and it's basically a very large potato with hair falling in his eyes. And I was like, all right, round one is basically over, a little bit of work and we're done. Well, half an hour later or so, after a grueling match, I walked away the loser from that. And it was disappointing, but even at the time I realized, hey, he won, he was better. I could have played better, whatever, but here we are, right? So even though I thought I was in control, all signs pointed to me winning. I didn't win. And I'm being funny about the potato. He was a pretty square guy. He was a nice guy. And we had a pretty energetic junior high and high school, and there was a lot of drama. I'm sure there is still to this day. Some of it was in our head, some of it was real. And my second anecdote was people found me intimidating in high school, and not like there were guys that were much more intimidating than I was, but I was kind of, 3/4 of the way up in the intimidation factor, and I always thought I was a really nice guy. I couldn't figure out why exactly that was, but I had hair, and it was long and to here and puffy, and so, but then I realized that wasn't it either. What I found out later on is that puffy eyebrows are extremely intimidating, after I watched Up, but, so now I shaved my eyebrows, so hopefully I'm not intimidating anymore. But one day I'm walking down the hall like I like to do, and, full of vim and vigor of youth and testosterone, and a friend of mine is doing push-ups on the floor, and I joked about how many he was doing as I was going by. But one of his friends, who I did not know, thought I was being serious and being mean, so he came up and challenged me, and he was going to beat me up. And I was just kidding, but before I knew it, he shoves me, and he's a year older, quite a bit bigger. I was going to be toast, right? Well, the fatal error for him was he pushed and I struck. And I'm not boasting, I'm not recommending striking, I'm just saying that, you think you have a plan and it doesn't always work out the way you want. If he would have struck first, he was bigger, stronger, and he would have taken me out, but he didn't. And we ended up, going through that whole rigmarole. No one was seriously injured and it was all over, but his pride was hurt, right? So we think we're in control, and these are silly examples, but I'm using silly examples just so we can get an idea of, that life is not in our control. We control certain aspects of it. I was fit to a certain level, he was fit to a certain level, we make decisions and then things happen, right? So what happens when life doesn't go your way? What is the purpose of life when you plan, you train for badminton, you're being nice to a friend, but the universe decides to kick your legs out from underneath you? You've been married for a long time and all of a sudden your mate is cheating on you, or whatever it is in your life, or you never really had a purpose at all. You went through life, you took jobs that were available, you never took control of your own life, and here you are at my age, 58, and you're trying to figure out, well, shucks, I've only got a few years left here. What do I do? Do I get smaller and get a job at the grocery store, as long as they need people at the grocery store, which isn't going to be much longer? it's like it can be hopeless very quick. But when you realize that every time the universe kicks your legs out from underneath you, it's an opportunity to stand back up and know, oh, I see that one coming. So next time the universe tries that when you're ready. Or you get yourself in a position where the universe could not possibly do that to you, or bad people or good people. Things happen. So we want to get our mind wrapped around this. So I liken purpose in life and how we find our purpose. One of the ways in which we find our purpose, especially for those that are not driven, is you look at yourself as the coach of a football team or whatever sport it is you like. So you're the coach, and you are in charge of all these players, which are your emotions, your body, your health, your feelings, your relationships. You're in charge of all these things, and you're the coach. You're not involved in it. I mean, you are emotionally attached to it, but they're the ones that are doing the work. And it's up to you to tell the team what to do. And you don't coach a team willy-nilly. You coach a team by giving them directions and how to do it. And if it doesn't work, you change directions. You don't go, well, let's try this, let's try that. I don't know, throw the ball down the field, whatever. You're not going to get anywhere doing that. And every good coach learns from every mistake they make. And it hurts at first, but you'll see the coach drop his head and walk away, and even at the end of the game they lose, they walk away. They recover shortly, they go back and look at the game. What can I do different? What can I do different? We change it, we implement it, we get better, and hopefully we win. But one thing to be said about all these coaches that make it, all of them do the same thing. They don't all win the Super Bowl or whatever it is that you win, the pennant or whatever it is. But all those ones that get to that level are all winners. I mean, they're amazing people, and they get there because they're good at it. One thing that a good coach learns, or a good smart person learns, or a person that is in the best potential to grow, is that we don't control the outcome of everything. We don't control the outcome of almost anything. We don't control our sons or daughters or wives or ourselves even to a degree. We don't control the sun, the weather. We don't control any of this. So we really are, I would almost say, more out of control than we are. So how do you get control and purpose in your life if you're not in control of anything? Well, that's where we go back to my fun analogy of being in the river or being in the ocean. Surfing. We kind of surf on the water of life. It's tumultuous, it's waves, it's foam, it's sand, it's sharks, it's whatever, and we're kind of floating above it. Sometimes we wipe out, we get back up, we learn, we get better and better and better at life, and then we eventually can just down through the curl and do all kinds of fancy things that we, as humans, love to watch other humans succeed. It's just what we like, whatever it is. So what I'm saying is, we've got to get control of the things that we have control over, and that's our learning process. We are not failures. Every time you're knocked down, you can mourn that failure for a little while, but then it's time to focus and say, what can I learn from this? Where can I go next? And as you do this, purpose will grow in your life. Well, I want to play guitar and I messed up, but I'm getting a little better. I did that better. I'm going to focus on that. And you keep learning and growing and focusing, and it will add purpose to your life. When something is taken away from you, whether it's a mate or a friend or a car, a job is taken away from you, you can collapse and say life is over. You can go, holy cow, what am I going to do now? What's the next step? How can I get my life in order? How can I monetize the next step in my life? If you're waiting for somebody to come rescue you, rescue doesn't come very often, and once you're rescued, you still got to get up and get going. You can't expect everybody else to take care of you, or you can't even expect the universe to take care of you. I believe that there's a system to the universe. The more in line we are with that system, the more successful we'll be. So get out there, make mistakes, fail, let people into your life, let them out of your life. Keep moving, you will attract good to you, you will learn, you will have purpose. So let's do it. Find your purpose in your home life, find your purpose in your relationships, find your purpose in your work, find your purpose in why in the world am I watching this guy talk on the video with the bushy eyebrows. Okay? Anyway, all the love, all the power. I love you guys. You have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.